Challenging the core belief. For decades, we've been lied to. We've been told that success is a matter of talent. You either have it or you don't. You look at a prodigy, a Mozart, a Tiger Woods, and you sigh, "I just wasn't born with that." This belief is the single most destructive myth in personal development, and it's likely the reason you are not where you want to be. If you're waiting for some mystical talent to unlock your potential, you will be waiting forever. Because what puts people in the top 10% of any field is not genius, it's not luck, it's one single, powerful, non-negotiable habit, and you can start building it today.
Why genius fails. Let's talk about the talent trap. Talent is a phenomenal head start, but it is a terrible finish line. History is littered with the ghosts of forgotten prodigies. They soared high early, lauded for their innate skill, only to crash hard. Why? Because the moment something became hard, they had no mechanism for pushing through. They relied on effortless flow, and when the effort was finally required, they quit. Talent makes people complacent. It tells them you're already good enough. The truth is, talent is a cheap commodity. What's rare is the psychological fortitude to engage in a type of practice that is, frankly, uncomfortable. This discomfort is the key.
The habit we're talking about is called deliberate practice. Don't confuse it with regular practice. Regular practice is what you do on autopilot, shooting hoops without thinking, playing the same guitar chords you already know. That's good for maintenance, but terrible for growth. It feels safe. It feels productive, but it's not. Deliberate practice is the scientific antidote to stagnation. It is a highly structured activity designed by a coach or mentor to specifically overcome your current weaknesses. It is a constant search for the boundaries of your current ability, followed by a disciplined effort to push beyond them. It is defined by three things. It's purposeful, it's systematic, and it requires intense focus. The Plateau Effect. Why you feel stuck. If you've been working on a skill for a while, maybe programming, writing, or a new language, you inevitably hit what we call the Plateau Effect. You get good, but you stop getting better. This is where most people quit. They mistake the stagnation for a lack of talent, a sign that they've reached their natural limit. That limit is a lie. The plateau is merely a sign that your brain has automated the current level of skill. You are now running on cruise control. To break through, you must intentionally introduce new obstacles. If you're learning Spanish, don't just review vocabulary. Try to have a 5-minute conversation only using the past tense. If you're a programmer, don't just solve problems you're comfortable with. Tackle a project in a framework you barely understand. You must replace comfort with challenge. Talent versus habit. Consider two programmers at a mid-sized tech company. Sarah, a self-proclaimed prodigy, and James, who always struggled in school. Sarah was instantly great at code. She sailed through simple projects and got praise. James, on the other hand, was always slow, constantly debugging, constantly asking questions. For a year, Sarah did regular practice. She wrote the same efficient code she always had. It felt easy. James, however, was miserable, but he was deliberate. He realized his weakness was complex algorithms. Every night,
Instead of writing easy code, he spent 90 minutes working only on abstract, difficult algorithms, the areas where he failed. He sought feedback from senior engineers, who often criticized his solutions. A year later, Sarah was still good. But James? His ability to solve novel, difficult problems had compounded so dramatically that he was now tackling projects Sarah couldn't even read. Sarah had the talent, but James had the deliberate habit. James broke the ceiling while Sarah got stuck, relying on a gift that had expired.
This is where the power of consistency meets the effectiveness of deliberate practice. It is the math behind all great achievement. Imagine two people. Person A, who improves by 1% every day through deliberate practice, and person B, who stagnates or even degrades by 1% every day. After 1 year, person B will be performing at 0.03% of their initial ability. They're virtually incompetent. But person A, the one who found a tiny 1% edge daily, the power of compounding means their performance is multiplied by 1.01 every single day. The final number? 37.7. They will be 37 times better than when they started. That's not a motivational quote. That is a mathematical certainty. You don't need a 50% jump in skill. You just need a tiny, focused, and uncomfortable 1% edge repeated daily. This is how ordinary effort creates extraordinary results.
The 4 pillars of deliberate practice. So, how do you apply this? Deliberate practice is built on 4 non-negotiable pillars. Pillar 1. Define a specific, hard goal. Your goal cannot be get better at guitar. It must be able to play the solo for comfortably numb, error-free at 90% speed by the end of the month. It must be measurable, and it must feel just out of reach. Pillar 2. Seek immediate and accurate feedback. You cannot improve if you don't know exactly where you failed. Get a coach, use data, record yourself speaking a foreign language. The feedback must be a mirror, reflecting your flaws without distortion. Pillar 3. The practice must be effortful. It should not be fun. If you're enjoying the practice too much, you're probably not practicing deliberately. True growth is messy and tiring. Embrace the mental strain. That strain is the sensation of your brain literally rewiring itself. Pillar 4. Maintain consistency. This is the delivery mechanism for the 1% compound effect. It's better to do 30 minutes of focused practice every day than one 4-hour session once a month. The consistency is the foundation. The deliberate focus is the rocket fuel. The 30-minute rule. So, stop chasing the ghost of talent. It's a distraction. Start chasing the measurable, tactical habit of deliberate practice. I challenge you to adopt the 30-minute deliberate rule today. Pick one skill, define one weakness, and dedicate 30 minutes to practicing only that weakness with intense focus. Use a timer. Get feedback, and do it again tomorrow. Do not let your next year be a replica of the last. Don't let yourself look back at December 31st and realize you are still waiting, still paralyzed by the myth of talent. That moment of future regret, that realization of squandered potential is the true cost of inaction. I challenge you to silence that future regret before it even begins. Embrace the uncomfortable work, because the greatest myth of success is that it requires genius. The greatest truth is that it requires 1% of uncomfortable effort compounded daily. The choice is not just to start. The choice is between your current stagnant life and your compounded future. Start today.